In doing some research for the book, what I found was that back in 2017, Netflix, they introduced the now ubiquitous skip intro button. I'm sure you've used it. I've used it. Everybody's used it, right? So why did they introduce the skip intro button on your favorite shows? Well, they noticed that about 15% of people were manually fast forwarding through the first 5 minutes of TV shows. And you might hear that and go, okay, well, wait a minute. That means 85% weren't skipping the intro. And you would be right? But in Silicon Valley math, right, that 15% impatience equals to, it's a mandate. We got to build a feature. We got to build a feature for speed. So they built a button. And so when we think about it, right, what is the actual point? In other words, if that's the case, right, of building this actual, skipping 7 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever it is. And by the way, now we skip intro button. It gets pressed 130 million times every single day. So it's not like people aren't doing it. But we have to ask, okay, so in 2025, then why are the creators and producers of the shows, why do they still make those lush, cinematic, opening, wonderful theme songs, beautiful theme songs, memorable theme songs, all those brand visuals that go along with your favorite shows? And the answer is because they believe, they're artists, they believe, and I agree with them, by the way, that those few minutes, they still matter. They are the pause before the plunge into the show. They set tone, they set a mood, they establish trust. They tell you, settle in because we made this wonderful thing for you. It's an emotional tone setting pause. By the way, it also sets up credits for the actors, credits for the creators, credits for all of those things. But more than that, it is a tone setting idea. But here's Netflix in the name of speed and user control decides to go, yeah, we're going to make that moment optional. Let's shave the edges off and let people jump to what they consider the good stuff, right? Now, is that a helpful feature? A nudge in a UX idea? It is all, after all, optional. It's a little bit of UX magic, but in a culture that has now become allergic to any kind of friction, any kind of forced and idea, even the faintest delay feels like some sort of affront to our time. We've become to expect it, right? We've been trained to crave that skip button, not because it necessarily helps us, because we've forgotten how to have that anticipation and why it might be valuable for us.